hands on the barbershop floor. Blood stains the razor to his jaw. Even clipped the lips of a priest. Can't cut but swear he's a beast. Cutting in chairs that's antiques. Only master barbers, young barbers, you gotta reach. Cocaine bleach, all white like a Burt Reynolds hairpiece.
Yeah, dentistry, did you know? And they also used to be barber surgeons.
Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
this is some of the equipment. And this thing right here, bone saw.
Oh my God.
If you seen that come out, that means something was coming off and there wasn't gonna be a little bit of hair.
Yeah.
They had this thing, you know, infection was a serious thing until 1947 when they invented penicillin. And they had this, which was an equipment sterilizer and a towel steamer. So when you would come, you would say, hey, I'm gonna get my teeth pulled, but the equipment's gonna be sterilized. So maybe I won't get an infection in my mouth or get this bullet taken out. It gave you a better chance of your survival rate.
Interesting.
Then you have this barbering pole here. You see it in front of barbershops, but they actually have a definition and a meaning. The red is for the blood, the white is for the bandage, and the blue is for the veins. And they actually did a procedure called bloodletting. And very little people know this. George Washington, our first president, was actually killed by a barber during a bloodletting operation.
So mega chic. You wonder how many barbers can I teach? Flyers, we passing out flyers. Tony Tuck's ask who shop do y'all seek? Ask Rico. Capiche? I'm out here cutting, you feeling the techniques? Kaiser was a barber and plus I lace beats. Now I gotta overflow, get the hell up out my seats. Preach. Human beings want a line. Was a line to a 10? Was a 10 to a dime? Was a dime to a non-believer who don't believe in Beijing? Wash it out tonight. Alright. No clubs in a while. Your car is on fire. Take a seat under the dryer.
Over here you have, used to also be able to get your shoes shined in the barbershop. And then these are called shaving mugs, and the significance of a shaving mug is that when a man chose a barber for himself, he actually left the shaving mug at the barbershop.
Oh, he had his own personal
Yes,
mug.
his own personal mug, and depending on his seniority and depending on his positioning. So if you were sitting here and you came in, they'd be like, hey, John. Everybody around would be like, John been coming here 20 years. And when they said that, it gave the customers a certain amount of equity in the shop. It gave them to be able to say, since the barbershop, they could say my barbershop. And it kept them strong in the
They're
community.
also occupational mugs because the occupation of the patrons, the occupation would be on his own mug.
Yes, what he does, Jack,
that's
Jack
cool.
the iron worker.
Yes.
Because it was something that was personal to you, or your greatest attribute, like John the father. Now Gillette, there's two interesting things about Gillette. One, they started in 1904 and they're a European company, they're from the UK, but they're a great part of American culture. They got their start during World War II. They sold 3 million safety razors and 1 million replacement razors to the United States Armed Forces. And if you ever see pictures from World War II of the troops shaving on the battlefield, that was a part of their Gillette campaign. They got the motto from there, Gillette, the best a man can get. And they never looked back, and they became a part of American culture. Now they're a part of Boston. They got Gillette Stadium, and they back one of the greatest winners, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So you believe them to be a part of American culture when they're actually a UK company.
That's interesting.
Okay. And this is Petrovelli. Actually, they're one of the biggest supplier of barbering equipment. And they actually started a barbershop, and they're from Queens, and they're a great part of
they started in Queens,
history.
huh?
Yes. You have this beautiful chair here from 1940, and it served two purposes. One, it was a rite of passage, meaning when the kid got big enough to go to the other chair, he made a verbal agreement with the barber that he would act like a man. He wouldn't whine about a haircut. And the other one was when the kid came in and it had hydraulics, you was able to entice the child into the chair by, don't you want to get in the chair like Papa with hydraulics? Yeah. So this was a great part of the culture. Okay. Then we got this from a barber in Philadelphia who was nearing 80 years old and was retiring. And he told me an interesting thing. He said he never let a child sit inside of here who wasn't willing to stop at a red light. So I said, what? He said, during the base of the haircut, he would allow them to just play because it has free moving parts. And when he got to where he had to do the lines in the serious part, he would tell them red light, so they would freeze. Then he would get the cuts. He said all the time he had it, he never used it any other way, and it never failed him. I thought that was a great part of history, and the way that a barber had to also be a psychologist.
Yep.
Then you have the sword, and in the former Soviet Union, other parts of Europe, when a soldier came to get himself groomed, he also brought his weapon to be polished and sharpened by a barber's apprentice. So when he left looking good, he left with his sidearm looking good also. That is the Barbershop, NYC Barbershop Museum. Thank you for taking a link. Would you like some water or anything?